For fans of extreme metal music, the name Dani Filth is certainly no stranger. He is a vocal artist known for his extreme vocal range and his iconic theatrical style. Though it may seem like a purely visual spectacle, Cradle of Filth possesses sharp, complex, and often beautiful musical quality. Their songs deliver a combination of poetic lyrics, aggressive riffs, dark symphonies, and a cinematic Gothic atmosphere. In his creative process, Dani often describes lyric writing as crafting Gothic poetry, dark and symbolic, filled with metaphors, literary references, and complex mythological and religious nuances. His stage presence is akin to a character from a horror novel come to life. All of this makes Dani Filth not just known as a musician, but as a figure who consistently delivers vibrant performances, offering an unforgettable visual and musical experience. Dani Filth, born Daniel Lloyd Davey on July 25, 1973, in Hartford, Hertfordshire, England, is the eldest of four siblings in a modest family. He spent his childhood in the rural setting of Suffolk, a backdrop that would later shape his dark and artistic imagination. From a young age, Dani was drawn to metal music and horror films. One pivotal moment in his life occurred when a friend gave him a compilation tape featuring songs by extreme bands like Slayer, instantly sparking a deep fascination with heavy music and dark atmospheres. During his teenage years, Dani actively sang in several underground bands before eventually forming Cradle of Filth in late 1991. At the age of 18, he briefly worked at a Chinese restaurant. He later chose to pursue a full-time music career, even though he had previously been offered an internship at a newspaper. Cradle of Filth may not share the same commercial spotlight as Iron Maiden or Metallica, but they have enjoyed a level of fame and success that has taken them far beyond the underground black metal scene from which they emerged over 30 years ago. Founded by Dani Filth in 1991 in Suffolk, England, the band quickly became known for delivering a unique brand of extreme music. Within their first 3 years, Cradle of Filth recorded 3 demos titled Invoking the Unclean, Orgiastic Pleasures Foul, and Total Fucking Darkness. During this period, the band's lineup changed frequently, and throughout its history, Cradle of Filth has seen more than 30 musicians come and go. They recorded an album titled Goetia, which was meant to be released by Tombstone Records. Unfortunately, the label went bankrupt, and as the band couldn't afford to buy the recordings back from the studio, all the recorded material was ultimately erased. Not long after, Cradle of Filth signed with Cacophonous Records and released their debut album, The Principle of Evil Made Flesh, in 1994. This album marked a significant improvement in production quality compared to their earlier demos, although Dani Filth's vocal style had not yet evolved into the distinctive form he is known for today. However, tensions with Cacophonous Records soon arose. Cradle of Filth accused the label of contract mismanagement and financial mishandling, leading to a legal dispute that lasted almost the entirety of 1995. That same year, the band re-recorded and re-released Dusk in Her Embrace, which became a landmark album for them. It received critical acclaim and significantly expanded their fan base, not only in Europe but worldwide. This was their first release under the Music for Nations label and set the tone for their musical direction in future albums. For the first time, the production quality matched the band's grand ambitions, and Dani Filth's vocal abilities shone at their fullest. Cradle of Filth gained further recognition through their theatrical live shows during the 1997 European tour, as well as a line of controversial merchandise. One of their t-shirt designs featured provocative religious imagery alongside offensive text, sparking backlash in several countries. The shirt was even banned in New Zealand, and some fans were fined for wearing it in public. The band also made headlines when they wore I Love Satan shirts during a visit to the Vatican. The mayor of Glasgow at the time, Alex Mawson, called the shirt offensive, a quote the band later used as promotional material in their 2005 DVD. Though often associated with black metal, Cradle of Filth's musical style goes far beyond that, blending elements of gothic, symphonic, and death metal with strong theatrical flair. The album Nymphetamine marked the band's biggest commercial success. It debuted at number 89 on the Billboard Top 200 and sold nearly 14,000 copies in its first week, eventually reaching around 1 million copies worldwide, including over 147,000 in the US by early 2007. The title track became a major highlight and earned the band a Grammy nomination, an extremely rare feat for an extreme metal act. To date, Dani Filth and Cradle of Filth have released a total of 13 studio albums, demonstrating remarkable consistency and endurance in the extreme music scene for over 3 decades. Beyond music, Dani Filth has made his mark across various areas of popular culture. In 2010, his name rose to prominence in the Suffolk Icons campaign, a promotional event celebrating notable figures and landmarks from the Suffolk region. Although most nominees were traditional entries like historic sites and classical figures, Dani became a public favorite with over 13,000 votes, far surpassing the competition. However, he was ultimately excluded from the final list selected by the judges, sparking criticism over the lack of recognition for modern cultural diversity. Additionally, Dani has been active in film and television. He starred in the 2000 horror movie Cradle of Filth as a vengeful psychopath and voiced the main character in the animated film Dominator. He also appeared on various TV shows such as Living with the Enemy, Never Mind the Buzzcocks, Viva La Bam, and the documentary series Metal Evolution. These endeavors show that Dani Filth's influence extends beyond the music stage, reaching into film, television, and even local cultural representation. In his personal life, Dani Filth married Tony Davey on October 31, 2005, in Ipswich, England. From this marriage, they were blessed with a daughter named Luna Scarlett. However, after more than a decade together, their relationship came to an end with a separation in 2018. Despite the breakup, Dani has continued to embrace his role as a father with great responsibility. After some time, he found love again. In 2025, Dani officially got engaged to Sofia Belousova, a talented tattoo artist born in Russia who now resides in Ipswich. The proposal took place during a festive moment on stage at the Download Festival, an event that marked a new chapter in his personal life. Since then, the couple has frequently shared photos of their togetherness and romantic moments on social media, revealing a warmer, more personal side of Dani Filth that contrasts with the dark image often associated with his persona as a metal icon. Dani Filth also has a passion for the automotive world, particularly sports and classic cars. One of the first sports cars he owned was a black Audi TT, which he once proudly showed to the public. He has also been photographed posing with a Ferrari Testarossa, a legendary Italian supercar synonymous with 1980s luxury and style. Dani Filth harbors a deep fascination with the world of horror, particularly through his collection of action figures. The Cradle of Filth frontman is well known as a devoted fan of classic horror films and occult-themed pop culture, something that is reflected in his personal collection of horror-themed figures, unique toys, masks, and other creepy memorabilia. He has even been immortalized as an official 5-inch action figure by Incendium's FigBiz series, complete with accessories such as a microphone, occult candles, and expressive poses like the evil snarl that highlight his Lord Filth persona. This figure isn't just a collectible. It's a physical manifestation of the horror metal character Dani has meticulously crafted over the decades. His passion proves that the dark and theatrical image he presents is far from just a stage gimmick. Instead, it is a genuine extension of his love for horror, which has become an inseparable part of his artistic identity. Dani also has a strong passion for football. Although he was born and raised in Ipswich and has a deep connection to the Suffolk region, he is not a supporter of the local football club, Ipswich Town. Instead, he openly supports Queen's Park Rangers, a London-based club. He has been spotted multiple times in the stands among the fans, showing his direct support and enthusiasm for his favorite team.